Hey everyone, good morning. Hope you're having an amazing day. It's Mark Weens. I'm in the beautiful village of Ban Rak Thai, which is in the mountains surrounding a lake in the Mae Hong Son province of northern Thailand. And this is a Chinese Yunnanese village, which was founded by KMT fighters who fled communist China in 1949. It literally looks like you are in Yunnan in a typical Chinese village. A beautiful Chinese village. They brought with them their cultures, traditions, architecture, and they also brought tea from Yunnan, and so you'll find tea plantations throughout the mountains. But most importantly for you and I, they brought with them traditional Yunnanese food. So today we're gonna go on a Yunnanese Chinese food tour. We'll be eating everything from Yunnanese noodles to a Yunnanese hot pot to a salad made with tea to pork, which is cured with the morning dew. So I'm excited to be in this beautiful village, and I'm gonna share all of the food with you today, starting now. So I woke up this morning in Ban Rak Thai, blanketed in fog over the lake. And I believe that the lake is a man-made, it's a reservoir lake, water storage. It was in 1949 when the Kuomintang, or the KMT fighters, they fled communist China and they came south. We're actually relatively quite close to Yunnan, China here, if you just head straight north. So they fled communist China in 1949. They came south through Burma and ended up in northern Thailand, settling in this village in the mountains here. And also additionally, I think we're less than 1 kilometer. Oh, hi Mike Anying. I think we are less than 1 kilometer from the border of Myanmar. Man, this lake really looks like a painting, like a watercolor with all the reflections, the mirror glassy top of the lake. It really is beautiful, spectacularly beautiful. When the Chinese community, they settled in this village, they brought with them their customs, their traditions of Yunnan. They brought Yunnanese tea, which is the origins of tea, and so they planted tea on the sides of the mountains. They brought with them Yunnanese authentic food, and many people, especially the older generation, still speaks Chinese in this village as well. And then one more part of the history of this village is that historically, well, not so long ago, historically, this was a strategic village in the drug trade and drug trafficking, as well as the trade of jade from Myanmar. But luckily now, the village has really turned to tourism, and so it is really one of the most popular places in Mae Hong Son. It's an extremely famous place to visit, especially for Thai tourists. Okay, so that was a lot of history wrapped up really briefly, and that has made me hungry. We're gonna go straight to eat Yunnanese noodles for breakfast. Whoa!
With the mantou, salapao.
You guys already started?
Yeah.
With mantou. Micah, how's the mantou?
Yummy, many fine. เอาเผ็ดไหมไม่เผ็ด
Pet pet cup. So this is the Yunnanese noodle restaurant right here on the corner. Auntie is so friendly. The menu is here. You order at the front here. She has a variety of Yunnanese noodles, and she's gonna prepare them right now.
เอามาผักอันนั้นก็จะย่างผักก็เผ็ดอยู่นะวะดัดปันไม่เผ็ดข้าวต้มจ้ำเลย
Oh man, that gets the mouth juices watering in the morning. But it's served as a dry style noodle, so what she does is she just blanches some vegetable. I think it's mainly choy sum or yu choy, along with some of the egg noodles. She blanches them real fast in the hot water. Then she puts it into a bowl. She adds all the seasonings, some salt, a little bit of sugar. I believe those are crushed sesame seeds, garlic oil, chili oil.
เผ็ดเปรี้ยว
ใช่ครับ and then when she hand mixes it, gets all the juices flowing, coats all the noodles. Oh, that looks tasty in the morning. Then she puts it onto a plate. She adds minced pork. She adds a half a boiled egg, a sprinkle of seasoning herbs, coriander and green onions, sprinkles it with some lime juice, and then serves it with a hard-boiled egg. And they do have a full dining room right here in the main section, but they also have a couple tables, some seating over here in the empty lot over here. So I think we'll sit over there. Auntie is so friendly, and the noodles smell and look extraordinary. Especially, definitely some locals are here for breakfast in the morning. And she did like fully mix it. You could see, oh, look at the juiciness and all the chili oils and all the seasonings that she added to those noodles on the bottom. Oh yeah, oh, that's gonna be flavorful. Oh wow, okay, that is tasty. The chili oil, the fragrance of the sesame in there. And she did add a sprinkle of sugar, so it does have kind of a tangy, sweet, and sour taste to it. But it's so balanced. All that flavor is just coating the noodles. Oh man, yes, that is warming and tasty in the morning. That sauce is just a harmony of flavor. The black sesame, the sticky coating qualities of that sauce. And let's follow that bite with a spoonful of the soup, which looks thick and rich and porky. Oh, wow, that soup is really good. And then finally, Yunnanese tea, local from the mountains here. Oh, it's really good tea too. Yeah, very fragrant. Very floral. It's very good, yeah. Next up, we also got the yampak, which is a vegetable salad, which is mainly, I believe, chayote leaves, or I think chayote shoots. She added in shallots, she added in also the same seasoning, plus slices of pork. There's chili oil, there's sesame seeds in here. I think it's like a tomato sauce. This looks and smells delicious as well. Oh wow, yes. It actually has almost the same flavor, same dressing components as the noodles. Just instead of noodles, it's the blanched, crispy vegetable. And for me, what really makes it, the sesame seeds. Back to the noodles, I'm gonna have Ying just quickly season. And definitely when there's chili oil on the table, adding more chili oil is the right thing to do. A little more chili oil goes on, and also a little more lime juice. Oh wow. You can never have too much chili oil. Oh yeah, the hard-boiled egg is a nice addition as well. That was delicious, an extremely tasty way to get this Yunnanese food tour started in Ban Rak Thai. The noodles, a little bit on the sweet side, but the balance of flavor was so incredibly good. The harmony of flavor, highly recommended. Auntie is so nice. This is the perfect way to get your morning started in Ban Rak Thai. From here, we are walking down the lake, and we're going directly to the next restaurant to continue this food tour in Ban Rak Thai. Okay, so a quick walk through. I guess this could be considered one of the main streets, especially the touristic streets. Red Chinese lanterns. There's a variety of restaurants. There's a number, well, the entire side is lined with gift shops selling preserved dried fruits, tea, which is grown here, overlooking the lake and surrounded by the mountains. And we're just passing by this restaurant famous for Yunnanese hot pot, and we are gonna eat here, but first we're gonna go to another restaurant which is right next to it. สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ ขอบคุณครับ And I love her restaurant here. Open tables, open air kitchen right next door here. One of the things that she specializes in is a tea leaf salad, but then she has a variety of Thai, she has a variety of Chinese, Yunnanese dishes, and she also has some things drying at the front of the restaurant, including some herbs, including some pickled vegetables.
ใส่ไฟเนาะ
Okay, come.
ฟังแป๊บนึงรู้สึกว่าพูดภาษาฝรั่ง ก็คิดอยู่ว่าเอ๊ะทำไมไม่พูดภาษา
พูดภาษาจีนด้วยได้ไหมครับ She could speak Chinese, she could speak Thai, and then she was just talking to me, and I told her that I'm half Chinese. My mom is Chinese, but I don't speak any Chinese, unfortunately. I ended up ordering the tea leaf salad with fresh tea leaf salad, as well as pickled mustard greens, I believe, which she's gonna stir fry up with minced porks. So she's chopping up some tomatoes, some coriander goes in. She has a bag full of tea, which are picked from the bushes right here. But it's fresh tea, it's not pickled tea leaves, and she's just mincing them up, really mincing them up. You can see the oils, the juices coming out of the leaves as she chops it up. It doesn't have a strong aroma, but you definitely can smell it. So then she also has some boiled chicken, which she also minces up, adds to the tea leaf salad, chops up some dried chilies, those go in, and now she's chopping up some green onions. Gratiam.
ค่ะน้ำตาลนิดหน่อยตอนนี้ก็ยำให้ต้อง
Oh, my
คน
God.
แล้วก็ชิมค่ะ
One of the things that's very common to eat in Yunnan, and something that you'll see all the time in Yunnan, is preserved vegetables, pickled, preserved, a variety of different vegetables, especially mustard greens. And so it's very common in this village to find preserved mustard greens. So she makes the preserved mustard greens herself. She grows the vegetables herself, she pickles them.
Kali, ใช่ไหม
Aromatic, sour, preserved aroma of the pickled mustard greens. The chilies and garlic sizzled down, the seasonings. Oh, that smells so good. That's going to be extremely tasty with layers of flavor from the fermentation. And I love this restaurant, her style, and her friendliness as well. Two main dishes that we got, and then Micah also got some fried rice, which she stir-fried up, but I cannot wait to try the tea leaf salad. And then to finish it off, she garnished it with some coriander and some more fresh tea leaves right there. So it's a straight-up mince of tea leaves, bringing out their oils, bringing out their juices. Oh man, with all the other ingredients, with the minced chicken in there, with chilies. And then for the dressing, she added sugar, she added salt and MSG, she added in dark soy sauce and light soy sauce. She added in, shallot oil. That was one of the cool things that she added, is shallot oil. That is amazing. It's so green and herbal and crisp. The tea, it doesn't have like a really strong herbal taste, but it kind of has a little bit of a chalky crunch to it, but so fragrant, so good, and especially mixed with all of the dressing and the seasoning. Oh, and lime juice. A lot of lime juice in there too, and garlic. Just the balance. If you just chewed on, for instance, a tea leaf, like yeah, it kind of has a little bit of a chalky, astringent. It's astringent is what it is. But then when it's minced up like that, when it's mixed with all of those dressing ingredients, that's what really makes it. And it lessens the astringency and just balances the entire mix. And the amazing green taste. Okay, and next up for the pickled mustard greens, which again she fried up with garlic, chilies, and chopped up chicken. And you can smell the aroma of those greens. Oh yeah, that's tasty. A little bit of a sweet and sour preserved taste. The chicken chopped up in there, the fragrance of the garlic. She added in some shallot oil there as well. That's just like simple, comforting food. So her name is Lisian, and the restaurant name is Lisian Restaurant, written in Chinese, but you will notice this restaurant because we're right across the street from the lake, and just her bubbly personality, her friendliness is what stands out. And 谢谢, 谢谢. So far, the two places that we've gone, the food has been delicious, but they've added a huge heaping spoon of sugar to both dishes, which for me was a little too sweet. So definitely next time at both places, I would just kindly ask to omit the sugar. So just depending on what you like, but maybe because of the tourism, because of especially popular as a Thai tourist destination, where Bangkok tourists enjoy a little bit of the sweeter taste, they've adapted to that taste. Okay, next up conveniently on this food tour, literally right across the street, is the Yunnanese Hot Pot restaurant, which we're gonna eat next. You know something good has to be happening at this restaurant when there's literally a hot tub sized, oh, it is, you could actually use it as a hot tub sized jacuzzi hot pot at the front of the restaurant, and this restaurant is called Ji Li. It's a legendary Yunnanese hot pot restaurant, and when I was looking for places to eat, this is probably the #1 restaurant I was looking forward to eating. There's no way you can miss it. Do you hear anything, Micah? I think we just kind of wait here and wait for somebody to come. That being said, oh yes, the seats are really comfortable for waiting, and I do love the look of this place. Oh, that tea is really nice, very floral, sweet, naturally sweet, like floral sweet. The jasmine, you taste jasmine in there, I think, along with tea. Oh yeah, it's really good. Hot pot, the suki, Yunnanese style suki has arrived. It's beautiful, traditional steamboat style with the charcoal in the middle boiling away. And this is something, I don't think I've had this before. It looks like kind of a meat roll-up, but I think that's an omelet, a thin omelet, which is then wrapped with pork. Looks like a pork minced meat mixture on the inside, wrapped up into a roll and then sliced into pieces. Smells really good, smells porky, smells meaty, and then it's served. The set comes with all the different vegetables. There's some pea sprouts, there's some napa cabbage. I'm not sure if these are, what are these, Ying? Are these, and then also some, maybe some, could these be noodles from the, like sweet potato noodles maybe? I'm not totally sure, or mung bean noodles. And then it's also served with a sauce. But the main event is the bubbling fire pot. So I think we can explore here first. Let's dig a little bit. Oh, there's bones, there's bean curd, pieces of tofu maybe, pieces of, oh, there's even taro down in the broth. Oh, that's gonna be some flavor too. Mushrooms, chicken? I think there's chicken. Oh, it's like a mix of everything. And I definitely did see, yeah, there's some taro, the Unanese ham, I believe. Okay, but we gotta try that meat roll first. Egg meat roll. I should probably dip this in the sauce first. You can smell the sesame oil in that, or the sesame seeds in that dressing. Yeah, I probably am gonna wanna let this blow this a little bit before taking the bite. That's gonna be flaming hot. It's in a boiling pot. Oh yeah, the sauce, and the sauce is not sweet at all. Just sesame oil and tangy. Oh, and that's like a egg roll meat roll-up. Omelet around the outside. I think pepper in the meat. I'm gonna add some of these next. And again, he said that they're all homegrown vegetables. And I'm just, oh yeah, it smells like peas or some kind of pea pod sprouts. But this is a broth of many proteins. Definitely some chicken and pork and taro and ham. A rich meatiness, but not too herbal, not too spicy, just pepper in there, I believe. Maybe I'll add this to my bowl. And then I wanna scoop up some of that taro, some of the other goodies below there. Maybe some of the noodles. You can feel the elasticity of these noodles as you pick them up. Quick dip in the soup broth, and then they should be pretty much immediately ready. I don't know if they're sweet potato noodles. Yeah. All right, that's a nice little bowl going. I'll add some of the sauce. The sauce is amazing. Tangy, spicy, sesame, but not sweet. Oh yeah, that sauce is fantastic. That is awesome. I love the simplicity of it, the meatiness of it, and just like the home comforting aspect of it, flavor of it. And those vegetables, those pea sprouts, are delicious. Noodles have a really nice chewy texture to them, kind of gummy and elasticy. Really good noodles. And then I love those pea sprouts, which I'm guessing they're pea sprouts. They're crisp, they're crunchy, refreshing, they're organic, they're local, really green. And Ying says I need to add more broth, and they give you the entire kettle. Yeah, that stock, you can taste the richness of the bone stock. I'm honestly not totally sure what that is. Some of the Chinese broccoli going, I believe. Let that simmer over on this side, and maybe move in for some more of the bean curd while we're at it. Oh, it's hot. I love the texture of those, the snap of them. What an ultimate relaxation of a hot pot. I think actually the vegetables are my favorite part of the hot pot. They're so natural tasting, so sweet. You can just tell the freshness, the locality of the vegetables from the garden 100 meters away, or even 20 meters away. Highly recommended, a classic restaurant. And cooked in that meaty broth just for the smoky wok taste. I also really love the chunks of taro in there. Those pea sprouts are my favorite part of the entire hot pot. Okay, ขอบคุณมากครับขอบคุณมากครับ But then she was telling me that they actually grow the tea that we were drinking. They grow it themselves. They added it's oolong tea, oolong green tea, but then they also added some jasmine flowers, and that's why it's so flower. That's why I could taste the jasmine. It ended up buying a bag of tea. From here, we're gonna take a little walk around. We're gonna maybe take a little rest this afternoon, and then we've got one more restaurant that we have to eat at to complete this Yunanese food tour of Ban Rak Thai. And oh man, again, it is something I am looking forward to eating. Welcome to what I believe is the main square of Ban Rak Thai, and you get more of a feel of the local community here. Specifically, there is one restaurant here right off the side of this roundabout area that has some pork hanging up at the front of the restaurant, which in Thai is called Mu Nam Kang, which actually means dewdrop or dew pork. This restaurant is amazing. She has mustard greens, turnips drying in the sun.
อันนี้หัวชาเท้าค่ะ
หัวไชเท้า okay, The pork is hanging from the rafters, the dewdrop pork. And the whole kitchen, there's some pots smoking. You smell ginger. There's tea laying around. There are supplies. There's all sorts of ingredients here. But you can tell. Oh, ขอทำได้ไหมครับ
ได้ละ
ทำอาหาร oh, okay, ครับ
ก็เอายังไงก็แหละ
Oh, she has a bag. Oh, okay, got it. She has a bag of the pork there. And she brought out the scale. Maybe you have to order it by weight before we eat it. อันนี้ครับ
อันนี้ก็มีมันนะ
They basically said that she takes the dewdrop pork and just fries it with nothing. And so it's kind of like a snacking pork, I believe. So we're gonna get half that, and then I also wanted to try, well, we've already had some pickled mustard greens, but she looks like the master of pickled greens of Ban Rak Thai. What a cool shop though. I love it. And the auntie is amazing. This is the real deal. Auntie also makes noodles, which you can order here too. Specializes in noodles. I love everything about this place. It's kind of half warehouse, half restaurant, but you're not even totally sure if it's a restaurant. They have just a couple of odd tables here and there. And to be honest, I mean, I ordered a whole half a stick of dewdrop pork like this long, but I guess it kind of, when she fried it, she sliced it thin and then fried it. Maybe a lot of fat came out, so it's not that much, but that's actually kind of good because I'm still pretty full from the hot pot. Let's try some of the dewdrop pork first, just on its own. Oh yeah, she fried it to a crisp. Oh, that only took like 5 minutes, but it's crispy. Smells and looks like bacon. Aged. Oh wow, yes. You taste that age. And again, it literally does sit in the morning dew to get that moisture, but then dehydrates again within the sun, I believe, throughout the day. It's like dry aged ham. Okay, and then on to the pickled mustard greens with the pork as well, with that same dewdrop. And I think that auntie here must be well known for her preserved greens, her pickled vegetables, because even